If you own a property and have a second mortgage on it, and if you want to keep this property and get rid of the second loan, attorney Shah Peerally can help. Call 510-742-5887. Due to the uncertain economy, many people have settled their debts for a fraction of its value. It's recommended to use an experienced lawyer to deal with it. Shah Peerally is an experienced debt settlement attorney and has handled hundreds of such cases successfully. There are no upfront fees for debt settlement. Only when you win, you pay. Call Shah Peerally, attorney at law, at 510-742-5887 or visit yourdebtsettlementattorney.com for a free assessment. This is just an advertisement. No attorney-client relationship is established by this ad. The law does not guarantee success. Call 510-742-5887.
And now, from the San Francisco Bay Area studios, KLOK proudly presents to you the prominent attorney Shah Peerally for the Shah Peerally Law Show, coming at you with over 50,000 watts of power. The Shah Peerally Law Show, where all your views matter.
Hello everybody. Assalamu alaikum, Sastakal, Namaskar to all the listeners, and today is June 8th. We are already half of the year, and we are live today on the show, and I have Franco with me. Thank you so much for being with us, Franco, and we're happy to have you back. So
Beerables Inc. is an e-solutions company that provides custom web design, web application development, and internet marketing services to individuals and businesses. They can build powerful e-commerce sites, mobile apps, develop content, and market you on social media. They can help manage your brand's reputation and provide rock-solid customer support. Call today at 1-800-651-6091 or email us at info@beerables.com for a free consultation today. Again, the number is 1-800-651-6091.
The Shah Peerally Law Group and IMI Law Help Inc. are proud to announce the release of the Immigration Law Podcast on iTunes, Google Play, TuneIn, and other renowned podcast channels. Immigration Law Podcast was designed to provide the audience with information on various U.S. immigration issues. The podcasts are unique because they are presented by the prominent attorney, Shah Peerally, covering topics such as B1, B2 visas, visitor and business visas, H-1B visas, L-1 visas, O visas, EB-1 visas, student visas, perm labor certifications, national interest waivers, NIW, green cards, and citizenship. Although educational in nature, the podcasts provide a rare insight on immigration news and politics from an experienced lawyer's perspective. Immigration Law Podcasts, a unique perspective on immigration law. Download them from iTunes or Google Play. For more information, visit attorneyonair.com or call 510-742-5887. This is just an advertisement. No attorney-client relationship is created by this ad.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. We got disconnected for a minute. So, as I was mentioning, anything I'm telling you today is for educational purposes only. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. And the big bad news today, of course, things are getting from worst to worst. What is happening? The U.S. Department of Labor has been ordered to crack down on H-1B, not only H-1B and all H visas fraud. What they are calling fraud are also misrepresentations, and the 212 section. And you need to be. This is something we were expecting. So we've been saying this for years now, or even before Trump took power. But now things have gotten more issues than ever. I know there are some people callers on hold. I will be taking the callers in 1 minute, Franco. So just give me 1 minute to cover this topic because this is really major, especially if you're working for a consulting company. That means basically working to a third party. You need to make sure all the paperwork are done properly, your end client is proper, your place of work is proper, and also anytime the itinerary is proper, it's a specialty occupation. And also you need to make sure that any amendment, anytime you move or any material change, file the amendment first before you move. I repeat that, file the amendment first before you move. And again, whatever I'm telling you here is just few situations, so there might be new things coming up. So I recommend that you go ahead and check with the lawyer before you do anything. You can call us for a private consultation at 510-742-5887. We'll be glad to schedule a consultation for you. Let me take one caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Hi, Shah. Good morning. You might have answered this
Good
question
morning.
before in your previous episodes, but I wanted to check if people on H-1B can work, can earn additional income through Uber or Airbnb or things like that, where 1099s are generated. Is that immigration-wise? Is that legal?
Yes and no. It depends what you're getting. If you're getting a basically passive income, for example, let's say you have stock invested, you're getting dividends, and you're not doing it extensively trading, that pretty much you don't have control. It's passive income. If you're getting rent from a rental property, it might be okay. But if you're doing it as a business, kind of, where you're really kind of getting into it, like making basically stock buying and selling like on a daily basis, like really strong, or if you are buying a lot of properties and you're getting income, that might be considered, because that will involve some kind of non-passive work in it, and that will be a violation of H-1B. Minor passive income is okay.
How about Uber
Hello?
driver?
No, you can't. That's definitely not. That's a
not
no-no.
passive, right?
That's a big. That's not allowed at all.
That's because
that's work.
you have to really work continuously to
Yeah,
earn
that's
money,
work.
right?
That's definitely work. That's not passive income. That's really kind of active income. That's not allowed. People ask the same question.
Are there any limits on the amount that you can earn that it can be called as a passive income, or
It's not the amount. It's a case by case basis, right?
Okay.
It has to make sense.
For
example, I'll give you an example. If you have one property, it's important because a lot of people ask me that. So let me clarify that, because people get confused. If you have one property, for example, where you're renting it like everybody else, you don't really have to go there, do a lot of things, and you're going to a management company. You probably will be okay because you don't really do anything. So it depends how it works. So it's not really like a clear-cut answer when it comes to properties. But like other income, if you get, then you might have issues because you might have to get involved. For example, let's say you have 20 properties or 10 properties. I'm not giving the numbers here, but I'm just giving approximately.
Okay.
Then you will have to get involved, right? So that's not allowed. Uber driver, definitely no, you can't. That's not allowed. Okay?
Got it. Thank you.
Okay. Good luck to you. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is really a very good question, because more and more this is becoming a very continuous questions with a lot of people. So if you want to work for another company, you have to have an H-1B approved with that company, and you can have multiple H-1B, which is called concurrent H-1Bs. But as an Uber driver, you won't get it because this is not a specialty occupation. So be very careful on that, because that will be definitely a violation of the H-1B. So for those who want to call, the lines is still open. The number to the studio today is 408-912-5565, 408-912-5565. And if you want to give us want to do a personal consultation, please give us a call at the office, 510-742-5887, 510-742-5887. So I was talking a little bit about the situation that we have right now with the Department of Labor, where they're going to really be cracking down, and a lot of people are asking how they're going to crack down, but they're already doing that. If you look at it from the USCIS perspective, you are seeing a bunch of memos. For example, computer programmers, especially level one and even level two, they are blocking them pretty much from getting H-1B because they are no longer specialty occupations. And number two, also now you have this issue with master's cap. A lot of people who thought they were under the master's cap exemption have filed their H-1B and even got their H-1B. But what they're going to do now with that case that just came out, I think the matter of A-T Inc., something like that, you will see a lot of people also having issues where they might come back and take away the H-1B. That means a revocation for filing under the wrong cap. And there was that lawsuit that happened where someone tried to fight it, but ultimately he lost. So what they are saying is basically at the time there should be the school has to be within is in the process of accreditation when you graduated, or ultimately it was accredited. To be on the safe side, I always tell people if it is not accredited at the time when you were there, I recommend not filing under the master's cap. But that right now it's kind of too late after the fact. So I hope people will understand that. And unfortunately, we are going to see a lot of cases, and I've seen it before, where they come back and try to take away the H-1B. Not try only, they took away the H-1B stating that they went to the wrong cap. So this is another thing that we have to watch out, and things are going to get really rough, as we put it, probably more than rough. But at the same time, people who basically are compliant or doing things right, they should be okay. Having said that, we are seeing a lot of investigations and a lot of cases also getting stuck for what we call security check. And most of the time when they are saying security check, they are also doing an investigation either on the company or also on the individual themselves. So you need to be aware of this and make sure that you have all your paperwork in order, and do not take chances on any situation. Let me take another caller, Franco. This is Shah Peerally. You are live on air.
Hi, Mr. Shah Peerally. Thanks for taking my call. Actually, can you please shed light on the immigration through getting green card through putting some money here, investment?
The investor,
as
the
an
EB5,
Indian?
right? Yeah, the EB5 program. Well, the only thing I can tell you, the EB5, I don't trust it. I don't trust it at all, because most of the time people end up by losing both the money and the green card. So there's no real light right now, because this was a program that worked before, and unfortunately some people started abusing it in terms, especially you will see a lot of people calling themselves regional centers, while they are not really regional centers. They are in the process of becoming a regional center, and they have taken money from people. And I'm getting a lot of calls. Even recently, I got a call where what happens, the way it works, the EB5, you have to invest a certain amount of money. Now it's more than 1 million with the new rule, plus or the 500, more than 500,000. But the problem becomes if they give you what we call, even it's approved, they will give you what we call a temporary green card, which is a conditional green card. And that conditional green card will work during the time they have to prove the business is genuine, and also at the end of the year when you remove that condition, they have to also, the person who's selling that has to be genuine. And oftentimes many of them, they have issues themselves, and you end up by not getting the green card, plus sometimes the money is lost too. So I don't even refer to anybody to any regional centers. Some people call me and say do a check, but I cannot check them, unfortunately, because they have all their paperwork in order, but then in the middle, after people put their money, then we see them pretty much going away, and unfortunately there's no way to really kind of refer anybody, and I don't even refer people because of that. And I've seen a lot of people losing everything in those programs. The other program now for people, it's not a program of investor, but it can be used for investors, are the L1A visas. For example, if you have a branch in India or another country, and you're an executive and you work there in the past 3 years for 1 year, you can come back here, open a branch, and make it function and get an L1A visa. And after that, if it is a genuine business, everything is being done properly, you can file for the EB1C. And that's
no, actually, my question is like my sister wants to come here, but she has the money. But if I made mistake, I'm here for 25 years, but I never applied for them, for anything. And queue looks like very long. If I apply now, it will take, I don't know, God knows, 15 years or so.
Yeah.
So what is the other way to bring them here?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's no way I can really tell unless I kind of spend some time and go over all the possibilities. Your sister might qualify for EB1, might qualify for L1A, etc. But it's very hard to tell just in like those 2 minutes on the radio. But the EB5, I don't recommend it. If you want to go ahead, you can check online. There's a lot of them. These are the $500 or $1 million program, which is more now. They have changed it, but you can get the information from them, because there's no way I can really double check those people, and I don't want to do it because I don't want to put my name on the line for them. I don't trust them, unfortunately. So
okay,
and
so I will call your office and make an appointment to get some more info.
Yeah, just give us a call. We can go over other possibilities for them, because they might qualify on other visas rather than just on that investor. There might be other programs like L1A, EB1C, EB1A, EB1B. Okay? Okay. Give me a call, 510-742-5887. So, I don't know, Franco, do we have other callers? This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, today it gives me more time. Today we are having space between the callers, which makes it easier for me to go over the issues I wanted to discuss. And you can still call. The lines are open. 408-912-5565, 408-912-5565. And just to let people know, I didn't have a chance last time. I don't know if I did, but happy Ramadan. We're almost half of the way for Ramadan. And things are right now, unfortunately, we are seeing a lot of tough time for a lot of people who are in the U.S., especially on H-1Bs. A lot of people are seeing themselves suddenly, even after the years of being here, have filed under programmer analyst, for example. Suddenly they are seeing their cases getting denied. They just find reasons. Even there was a memo on April 3rd where basically program analysts are no longer in a specialty occupation, which makes it not eligible for H-1B. But what happened, because they were already prepared for that, they are really questioning all the cases where basically people are using program analysts or having a low salary. So you need to be careful. If you're filing under those, you might want to talk to your lawyer or not file it at all, because that's really going to backfire on you, and you don't want that. Let me take another caller, Franco. This is Shah Peerally. You are live on air.
Hi, I just heard you saying that the department is cracking on level 1, level 2 computer programmers. So I was just trying to understand, how do you actually define this level 1, level 2 computer programmers, or level 3, level 4? What is the definition?
Actually, this was an example I gave. It's not they're cracking only on that. They're cracking down on that. One is under a memo. It's not the Department of Labor. That one is USCIS. They're not cracking down. They're just going to deny it. Level 1, level 2 is technically determined. If you go on the website flcdatacenter.com, flcdatacenter.com, you type in the position, they will give you levels, and those levels will give you wages that are supposed to be paid for that specific county. And what happened is that I'm seeing level 1, level 2, but I'm seeing problems. And basically, as soon as there's programmer word in there, programmer analyst, and the salary is kind of low, they are really kind of pretty much kind of put a red flag on it. So you need to be careful on that. It's not Department of Labor that is cracking. The Department of Labor side was something separate, but I kind of put all this together. The USCIS has already issued a memo on April 3rd, basically talking about computer programmers, where they will be basically they don't qualify as a specialty occupation. But from what we understood is that level 1, level 2 will probably be denied. Level 3 might be approved, but even that we don't have a confirmation. So we are just telling people it's better to avoid this position under H1B because it will probably not be approved. Okay?
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay? And to get that information, you go on this website, flcdatacenter.com, F one word, and then it's a Department of Labor website where we calculate the wages. Okay? Okay. It's a free website. So I don't know if I have more. I have another caller, right, Franco? This is Shah Peerally, you're live on air.
Yeah, hi, Sharpa. Thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome,
I'm currently on a H1 and changing my job and doing a H1 transfer. So I understand that it might take up to 3 months to 6 months to get the approval notice. So during this 3 to 6 months, will I have an opportunity to change employer again if needed? Or should I wait for that to come through before I make
yes and no. If the previous H1B has not been withdrawn, let's say you're from company A, you're moving to company B, and you file a transfer and you move to company B, and in the meantime company A withdraws the H1B, there is a chance what will happen, you won't be able to piggy ride on company B pending situation to move to C. However, if A is still present, you are still working for A, yes, then you can directly take it from A to C. So it's very tricky, but in short terms, it is difficult. It's always better to wait for an approval to file the other one. Otherwise, they won't deny the case. What they will probably do, they will give you what we call an approval, a partial approval, where they will not grant a transfer. They will grant it as a new employment, cap exempt, but they will request you to leave the country, come back to get the I-94. Okay?
Okay. And is there
now there's another rule too.
Yeah, is there a possibility to know that if A has revoked the visa, the company has revoked?
Yeah, if you go online, you're punching the number, you might see it, but sometimes they don't update it, so it's not really a good indicator. So yeah, you might. But there's another rule which it's not a really rule. It's something accepted. It was being done under Obama, but I don't know if now they're accepting it. It's something called a bridge. While you have pending B, they might allow you to move to C, provided they know that B will be approved. But that's a big risk, and there's no way to know really. So my advice, if you want to move to a company where you're certain to stay at least until the approval, then you move to the other company. Okay?
Got it. Yeah. Thanks so much.
Okay, good luck to you. And anything I'm telling you today, ladies and gentlemen, is my opinion. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. I don't know if I have more callers, Franco. This is Shah Peerally. You're live in here. Hello? Okay. I don't think I have more callers, but you can still call 408-912-5565. We are live today. It's June 8, 2017. And we are talking especially about the H-1B, the potential crackdown coming up now from the Department of Labor. There was a crackdown from the USCIS that has started. Now the Department of Labor is getting involved. What we're expecting them to do, there will be a lot of side checks. So basically, if you're saying you're working at a specific place, you need to be there. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Hi. I have a question about H1 and I-140. My H1 expires in January of 2018, and I do not have any more reclaimed time also. So that's like after using up all the reclaimed time, it's Jan 2018. My I-140 is, my perm is being applied for, and it might take another month from now because of all fragment delays and stuff. What are my chances of, if I get an audit, what happens next? What can I do?
Well, you might have a problem because they're filing it kind of late, and if you get an audit, technically, if 1 year has passed, pending 365 days, you might be able to renew your H-1B for 1 year. But the problem you have, by January 2018, if they file now, you will have only 7 months. So what needs to be done, you might have to take a break, or if you are married and your spouse is on H1, you can move to H4, something like that. So I highly recommend looking into that. And you can give me a call. We can go into more details about your case because second guessing other law firms is always a tough job. So I need to make sure I get all the data before I tell you to make any move of shifting to H4 or leaving the country. So if you want a second opinion, give me a call at the office. We can do a consultation at 510-742-5887. And right now you might have to do that. Yes.
I have one more question. Can I use any of my maternity time off as a reclaimed time?
If you are inside the U.S., no. If you are outside, yes. You can only reclaim time when you step outside the country, not while you're sitting here, unfortunately. Okay?
Okay, so I can still take it as reclaimed time and I can still be on the payroll, right?
No. You cannot take it if there is no, if you didn't leave the country. You cannot claim that. You can only claim time when you leave the country. So if you leave for maternity leave, for example, let's say you go and sit in India for your break, that time you can reclaim. But if you're sitting here and take maternity leave, no, it eats the H1B. Okay? It eats the time, unfortunately. Okay? Okay. Good luck to you. You're welcome. So I don't know if I have other callers. Franco, this is Shah Peerally. You're live in here.
Hey, hi, Shah. Thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I have a question. My green card is filed under AB2, and it defines as a programmer analyst. So does it have any problem?
Well, they have not really kind of attacked the green card so far because when it comes to green card, it doesn't work under a specialty occupation. However, if they put you on EB2, then we need to look at how they did it. Unless they put you maybe on level 4 or something, you should be okay. But so far we have not seen them attacking the labor or the I-140 because there is no requirement really, quote unquote, for specialty occupation there. A specialty occupation is pretty much attached to H1B. However, it can change your category because if they change it. But since it was already approved, it will be ex post facto law to come back and take this away from you. It might be unconstitutional for them to take it away. But in the future, if you try to do that, then they might kind of give you a hard time. Let's say, for example, you go to another company, file a labor there. Under that, they might give you a hard time. So be careful on that. Okay?
Okay. Thanks, Shah.
Okay? Good luck to you. So this is the problem a lot of people are worried about. And this is Shah Peerally. You're live on air. Hello. So, okay, sorry for that. I just saw the line blinking. I thought the line was blinking. So just to let people know, we are discussing a lot about issues when it comes to H-1B, but you can also call for other areas of immigration, for example, family immigration, and also you can call on VAWA cases, on U visas. These are still there, by the way. So nothing has been taken away completely. But there is an enforcement which is worse right now, and this is really getting too much on our side when we come to kind of trying to dissect how the new government is thinking, because it's definitely they were talking about cracking down on immigration, and they pretty much kept their word now, unfortunately. And they are cracking down in Texas. I think they arrested so many people, and people are scared really. But make sure that you should not be scared if you have everything in order. But in order to know if you are in order, you need to talk to a lawyer who knows what they are doing. Unfortunately, many lawyers out there, they themselves are confused. Even us sometimes, we get confused because things are moving so fast. But luckily, we have been able to keep up. So it's good to have a second opinion. You can call us for a consultation at 510-742-5887. Let me take another caller, Franco. This is Shah Peerally. You're live in here.
Hey, this is Krishna. I just want to have a couple of questions regarding my H4 EAD.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I'm on H1, wife's on H4 EAD, and what happened is I got the extension approved, but I lost our H4 EAD card. and I'm planning to shift my job now. So should her H4EAD be reapplied, and can she work? Can she continue working in the current job? So.
Well, technically, this is how it works, right? If you just got terminated on H1, you have this 60 days grace period to kind of bring back yourself to an H1B, and pretty much when you file for your H1B, you also have to file an extension of H4 for your wife. So those 60 days, there's no real clear rule right now, from what I understood. If I missed something, I have to double check. But that means pretty much, since her H4 is still kind of good, even in limbo, her EAD is good. But once you pass that 60 days, if you don't file anything on H1, and that means at the same time filing a new H4 for her, that means an extension of H4, she will lose the H4 and the EAD because it attaches to the H1.
Okay, got it. Cool. Thank you so much.
Okay, good luck to you. So let me take another caller, Franco, if you have. This is Shah Peerally, you're live in here. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we were discussing about all those issues are coming up, and now with the biggest problem, we don't have premium processing. So right now it's like almost a tsunami of issues going towards H1B holders, and it's very, very unfair because especially the Bay Area, we are very dependent on people on H1B to run those companies and to make it happen. And also we are seeing a lot of companies pretty much kind of now backing off on filing, on even taking people on H1Bs because they are worried that things are not being done properly and they are not being advised properly. Having said that, a lot of companies are highly dependent, unfortunately or fortunately, for H1Bs, and I hope they will find a solution. But what the solution they are kind of proposing is that they are going to take basically the cream only, according to them, the quote unquote. That means people of high salary, high caliber to get an H1B, not other people. So you need to be ready, especially if you are in a job that is paid basically on level ones, and it's like you will see them, for example, program analysts, software development, things like that. You might have issues on the H1B itself. So make sure you get your stuff in order, because what happens, you might have more problems coming up on your side, and that will be difficult to fix. And I'm seeing it pretty much on a daily basis where people are seeing denials and things like that. So you need to be careful. And today, the main thing we were talking about is the U.S. Department of Labor are going to crack down. And when they say they are going to crack down on potential fraud, the problem is that what do they define as that? And the thing is that anything they can call it fraud. Any mistake can be considered as misrepresentation. And this is when they go on and start digging and blocking the H1Bs, and the companies have a chilling effect. They don't want to file it. And that's why the companies have to be, especially companies which are consulting companies or companies that are startups, make sure you have all your paperwork in order. You're basically keeping your public access file. You have good end client letters. You're making sure every time you're moving your candidate, your employee, you're doing an amendment. And before you move the candidate, you have to file that amendment. Remember that. It's not the other way around, okay? So please make sure you're compliant, because once one mistake, it can pretty much kind of take the entire company down. So be careful on that. And now what they're saying also, they're not only going to go on civil charges, they will also go on criminal charges against those companies. That's what they're saying. And that means basically if they see there is quote-unquote fraud, they will go after the company and file criminal charges, which is really like the part which is kind of scaring a lot of companies. So be careful. Even a mistake can really hurt you. I hope that because they will understand that, hey, people will make mistakes, but the truth is that they are already going with the idea that everybody on H1B are potential fraud, which is not a good thing. So having said that, ladies and gentlemen, well, the lines are still open. You can call. The number to the studio is 408-912-5565. And if you want a private consultation to discuss your matter, you can call us at the office at 510-742-5887. The website to check, attorneyonair.com, attorneyonair.com. And also we have a YouTube channel. youtube.com/Shah Peerally Law, like my first name and last name, and LAW. Please, you can. I usually put those radio shows. If you miss it, you can listen to it there. Subscribe to it. Sometimes I will update it because that's an easy way for me to communicate with the public. It's faster rather than writing an article, which takes a little bit longer time. So subscribe to it and pass it to your friends, and you will get good information there. That's the feedback I usually get. But again, these are just informational. So each case is different. So success in one doesn't mean you're going to be successful in another. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on here.
Hi, Shah.
Hi.
This is Venkat.
Hi, Venkat.
Thanks for taking my call. I'm currently on L1, and then I applied for H for this year, H1B this year on consular process. So what is the procedure to change from L1 to H1 in October? So I'll take the call. I'll listen offline. Thank you.
Okay, hold on. Hello? Okay, I lost the caller. So, I didn't hear the whole thing, so he already hung up, unfortunately. If you can call back. But what I understood is that you're in L1 and you basically you put your basically now on H1. Well, I will have to cover pretty much all the whole issue. Number one, moving from L1 to H1 will actually close the situation where you will be you will have a change of status probably on October 1st if your case was picked and it's approved. But remember, all the time that you spend on L1 will be deducted from that H1. So if you spend 5 years on L1, you will have only 1 year left. So you need to make sure, based on that, have an I-140 ready to do an extension. If that was a question, I hope I answered it, but I unfortunately didn't have a chance to ask you to repeat it and you hang up. So if you are here, please call me back again on the radio. But otherwise, please call me at the office, 510-742-5887. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You are live on air.
Hi, Shah. Thanks for hosting the show. It was very informative. I had a question for you. So my company has filed my green card in EB1B category, and the priority date is May. But from the visa bulletin in June, it says that it will retrogress back to somewhere in 2012. So what does the timeline look? When will the EAD card be issued, and when will the green card be issued according to that?
Okay, there are two timelines if you look at it. There's one chart A and one chart B. If you look at chart B, it's current. So that means basically you will probably get your EAD within the next 8 weeks or so. As for the green card itself, until the dates become current, you won't get it. We are expecting the dates to become current probably next month or so, or definitely, well, I cannot say definitely, but better chance on October 1st on the new what we call the new fiscal year. So by that time, if they have cleared it, hopefully people will get their green card around that time. But in the meantime, since the dates are current on chart B, which is the processing time, you should be okay to get your EAD within the next 8 weeks or maximum 90 days. Okay?
Okay, that sounds fine. Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks.
Good luck to you. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how much time we're left, but I think we have another 10-15 minutes, and I'm going to cover another topic, which is very, very important and which is kind of attached to our community, our debt issues, because a lot of people now are finding themselves with issues of losing jobs, especially with all the things going on, and people on H1B, not only people on H1B, green card holders, citizens, you name it, and they suddenly find themselves using credit cards, and then most of the time people don't realize when you use a credit card, you do minimum payment. It's never going to end if you are using a lot of money. It's pretty much a never-ending a vicious cycle. So one of the things is that if suddenly you find yourself that you won't be able to even do the minimum payment, you can kind of negotiate those debts to get a lower amount and ultimately clear it and move on with your life. It doesn't really help your credit, but it doesn't hurt it, because it will hurt it if you don't pay them, or they will sue you if you don't pay them. And we are seeing a lot of companies moving forward with lawsuit quickly because they're worried the economy will fall and they won't get their money. So be careful if you owe money, not only on debts from credit card, but also debts on second mortgages, on houses, debts on lawsuits, and any debt, not really on student loans because those cannot really be settled. But we can try to settle it for you. You can give us a call at 510-742-5887. If you want to know how it works, just type this website, yourdebtsettlementattorney.com, yourdebtsettlementattorney.com, and you can get more details on the matter. And just to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, anything I'm telling you today is for educational purposes only. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any question. And just to now to recap the topic of today, the big thing is the DOL to ramp up fraud probes on H visa programs. There is an article on Reuters right now on this, and this is already happening with USCIS. They're already kind of cracking down, quote unquote, on issues when it comes to H-1Bs, not only H-1Bs, H-2, everything on H visas. Now, what is going to get kind of worse, unfortunately, you're going to see that the DOL getting involved. So, which they were already doing, but now they're basically going to go faster and being more probing on cases. There's nothing to fear if you have everything in order. But unfortunately, in the nature of this job, many people tend to make mistakes. The question is that how are they going to treat mistakes? Are they going to treat them as misrepresentation or fraud, or they're going to give a chance to people who make mistakes? So that's the big question. And unfortunately, seeing the way things are going, it's not really fruitful to think that they will be forgiving. So you need to be careful when you deal with your H-1B, the LCAs especially. Remember the LCAs as an employer, if you're an employer, you're signing on it, you're pretty much signing under penalty of perjury. And the same thing for the I-129. So anything that you put in there which is not factual can backfire on you big times. Not only losing that H-1B, but the entire company will be in jeopardy. So I recommend, if you are doing any of those, to make sure that you have everything covered. Check with your lawyer, whoever is your lawyer in the case, or check with a second lawyer to just get a second opinion. So just to kind of recap, we have now a lot of issues involved. Premium processing is gone, and we are hoping it will come back hopefully in September, but we don't know for sure. Number two, we have the programmer positions, which are no longer a specialty occupation. It's causing a lot of problems. We are seeing denials on amendments, on extensions, and even on transfers. And the other thing that we are telling people to make sure that whenever they have an end client letter, make sure that it is a very defined end client letter. And if you're working for a company and they're placing you with an end client, make sure that they got that letter proper. So having said that now, and if you need help, of course, with debt settlement, this is something we help to. Feel free to call us at 510-742-5887, 510-742-5887. The website to check is attorneyonair.com, attorneyonair.com. Today we were live, ladies and gentlemen. It's June 8th, 2017, and I think I have Amit on the line. Amit, are you there?
Hey, yes, I'm here.
Hi, Amit. How are you? So I'll let you continue. You have, I think, I'm doing well. 11 minutes to 12 minutes to go. So you can explain maybe in Punjabi debt settlement and also help our Hindi listeners in Punjabi. Thank you, Franco. Thank you, Amit. We'll be back next Thursday, same time, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Bye-bye.